Yo, you guys ever heard of Pickle Rick? It's so funny because his name's Rick, and he turns himself into a pickle. And I'm sorry if you don't get that, dude. This is real high IQ hours, so if you didn't enjoy that, you probably won't enjoy the rest of this video, baby. They did it, man. They actually did it. A collaborative effort between Vicarious Visions and Activision brought us Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. And I can't believe I'm saying this. There's always so much negativity in the industry, especially when it comes to these big-name publishers, but Activision actually did it, dude. They gave us our cake, and after we were done eating it, it was still sitting there on the table. It's kind of to the point now where I never have faith in games like this being released, especially when Activision's involved. I mean, I could have bet anything that this wasn't going to come out good. I mean, just take one look at the previously released Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. I never even played that game, and you don't even have to play that game. All you have to do is look at one gameplay, and you can tell how bad it is. If that was somebody's introduction to the series, it would have been a gross misrepresentation of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater as a whole. But then we get to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, and I feel like it's the complete opposite, because I feel like watching gameplay videos of this does not do it justice. First off, the gameplay just plays so good. From what I know, they took inspiration directly from the original source code somehow and implemented it into this game, and it shows, man, because everything from the scaling to the physics to the gameplay, it all feels like the original games in a great way. It really just goes to show how timeless the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games are, because you have a game that's like over 20 years old and it still plays so good. That addictive combo stacking arcade style gameplay just still holds up so well. However, what wouldn't obviously hold up so well from the previous games is the graphics, which this exceeds in recreating with flying colors. I'm gonna be honest, when I played the first couple of levels of this game, I was kind of like, okay, it kind of looks good, whatever, but when I started to get in some of the later stages, wow, I mean, it really does look incredible. They took these old blocky environments, which sole purpose were just to give you an area to skate in, and somehow made them feel like real environments that were being lived in. This is due in part of them using Unreal Engine, which obviously we can see a lot of bad projects being made with Unreal Engine, this not being one of them. What really shocks me about this re-release is just how damn well it plays. You would think that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater would be this old, antiquated game that wouldn't offer a compelling gameplay loop in an era where the big focus in gaming is online massive multiplayer shooters, battle royale games, but you would be completely wrong because, I mean, it holds up incredibly well. The other thing that's impressive is just how hands-off it seems Activision was with this game. It seems like they just said, here you go, make the game, and they went and they did the thing. There's no aggressive monetization in this game. There doesn't seem to be any microtransactions whatsoever. The game just exceeds in what it sets out to do. It recreates the original games with all the same mission structure as the original games, giving you a little bit of a quote-unquote campaign story mode, giving you a series of challenges to complete to unlock the next level moving forward, while also kind of modernizing the gameplay with optional gameplay elements like reverts and wall plants, tying it all together in a neat package consisting of all of the original levels from the previous games, all of the skaters minus special skaters like Spider-Man. It really sucks that they don't have Spider-Man in this game. And it's just a complete no-frills experience. You got a physical copy, you can throw it in your console and install it offline, no DRM, and you're good to go. However, the same can't really be said about the PC version. It's tied to the Epic Game Store, which really does suck. However, this does still seem to be a good port of the game. It's being bogged down by the Epic Game Store, like in this guy's instance where he couldn't play it offline. Come on, guys, just bring it over to Steam. It's a good PC port. Just give us the Steam version, please. I'm not buying it on the Epic Game Store. But unlike so many re-releases before it, this game is the complete package on the physical disc. There's no additional downloads. You just pop it in and go, man. And I mean, I hate to be bragging about something like that and boasting it and putting it on this pedestal, but I mean, it really is kind of a big deal in this generation where it's acceptable to just throw half the game on the disc and have them download it with a day one patch or something. You don't have to have any patches to this game to just jump in and play it. And it doesn't really even stop there, because they didn't just take the original game and give you all the original content in a nice little package and call it good. They gave you extra content on top of that. There's an XP leveling system, there's unlocks and new challenges for you to do to unlock new gear and equipment and customization options. There's a create a park mode where you can play, create, and share levels. So it's basically the Mod Nation Racers of skateboarding games. And not only is there split screen multiplayer, which is a really nice addition coming from the original games, There's online multiplayer. I never would have expected they would tie in online multiplayer with this $40 game. It really does surprise me. This feels like more complete of a game than $60 games that come out now. And it's being published by Activision. You know, it doesn't seem like they went to aggressive lengths to try to monetize multiplayer or offer DLC packs. I mean, it's just the game. Here's the game. Go have fun. Do the video game thing like you did 20 years ago with the original games, and that's about it. This game is just a fun, faithful, complete package homage to the original games. Created by a team that was obviously very passionate about this. I could be wrong, but I think Vicarious Visions actually had something to do with the Nokia N-Gage port of the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So it's kind of funny to see them working on this all these years later. All that time spent with the series is finally paying off. They also did this really nice dedication shrine thing to Neversoft with the original hangar level for the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 recreation. And stuff like this is just a really nice touch. It's really nice fan service, and obviously these guys put a lot of effort into making this the best game that it could be. On Activision's end, I almost feel like this is kind of an apology for how they released Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, which is an abysmal game that I don't think anybody should ever play unless the sole purpose is just to see how good these games are. You don't have to go back to the previous entries in the series to appreciate this game, but in case you're just curious as to why this game is so highly regarded and highly praised right now, that'll show you why. When you think of games like Tony Hawk Ride and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, it is such a breath of fresh air to see something so good like this being released. It would also be a breath of fresh air if you guys would subscribe and check out some of my other content. Hate to throw that plug out there, but my ratio on subscribe versus non-subscribe watchers on my content's pretty low. Let's bump that ratio up, baby. I want to be the biggest niche gaming channel with the most subscribers actually watching their videos. I got 1,000 subscribers that are just sleeping on me, so I'd really appreciate it. Also, shout out to Exeat for the support in the Patreon. I appreciate having that $3 at the end of the month to go towards coffee or something right now, so yeah, pretty sweet. Thank you guys for watching, and this game's awesome. Go give it a shot if you never have. It's a really good introduction to the series, a faithful recreation, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Later, guys.